What's the stupidest thing you've heard a person say aloud in public? I don't need to get vaccinated. My dad's a chiropractor. I hope he can massage the frickin' measles out of your bones, you nut. She also thought that dinosaur bones were planted there. A customer at a restaurant, after asking for a vegan menu and staring at it for 10 minutes asking, "Why don't you have any chicken dishes on the menu?" I was visiting Stanford when my friend and I saw a student and her friend walk up to an autonomous security robot and shout, "Oh my god, how did they fit someone in there?" Followed up with, "What animal is a ham?" My mom has brought this up to me a few times over the years. Me 4 years old, at the grocery store, asked the man in front of us why he was black. He laughed and asked me why I was white. I said I don't know and he said he didn't either. And that is why racism is dumb. I also asked an old man why he had so much earwax. It was a hearing aid. I grew up on a cattle farm. A woman about 15 years older than me, I was 16, asked me, after you cut off the meat from the cow, how long until it grows back so you can cut more? I wish so badly that she was fricking with me. She was not. I am a nurse, so I ask a lot about medical history and current meds. Me: what medical problems do you have? Patient: none. Me: do you take any prescription or over-the-counter meds on a daily basis? Patient: yes. My blood pressure pill and Lasix. Me: so you have high blood pressure and heart failure? Patient: no, I don't. Me: so what are the medications for? Patient: my blood pressure and heart failure. Duh. I was in a briefing about sexual assault prevention, Air Force Group. The O6 asked us if a female subordinate came to you with allegations of sexual assault or harassment in the workplace, what would you do? A staff sergeant with zero fricks to give raised his hand and when called on said, "Sir, I gotta be honest, I wouldn't believe her." The whole room went silent and we watched the O6 burn a hole through this guy with his eyes. The O6 then said, "That is the worst possible answer you can give me, people." During a power cut, I lost faith in my entire family. My 8-year-old dad: "Can I watch TV?" Me: "The power's out." My wife: "But you could use the laptop to watch Netflix until the battery goes." Me: "Darling, the power's out." Wife: "That's why he has to use the laptop." Me: "But we have no internet while the power is out." Wife: "Internet comes over cable, not the power lines." Me: "The modem that brings us internet is plugged into the wall outlet, the powerless wall outlet. Because there's no power. Because the power's out, we have no internet." Wife: "Well, try plugging it into a different wall outlet." That's when I just went upstairs. Hell yes. Bratwurst. Wait, do bratwursts have sausage in them? I'm allergic to sausage. I have posted this before, but I went to college in a small town and every Thursday they would have a mobile DMV. When I had to get my license renewed, they were having trouble with the internet. The woman in charge instructed the other woman working there to shake out all the wires because sometimes the information gets clogged up in them. My friend, who was a senior in high school, thought senior discounts would apply to him. It led to an incredibly awkward back and forth between a Taco Bell worker. Shortly after 9/11, my wife and I were in the UK. On the way home, the customs officer at the airport was dead serious. "Officer, are you a US citizen?" Wife: "Yes." Officer: "It says here you were born in New Mexico. So when did you become a US citizen?" Wife: "At birth." "New Mexico is in the US." Officer: "No, it isn't. It's in Mexico. That's why it has Mexico in the name." Traveling back from Berlin to the UK, I was sat next to a couple whose conversation had me wondering if I was being secretly recorded. Woman to her husband: "I wish we had managed to get to the beach and the seaside in Berlin. It looks so lovely from up here. Do you think we'll go over the channel on the way home? I'd prefer to go around and travel overland all the way. Is this Snowdon we're going over now? We're descending into Manchester. I think this is the same cloud we went through on our way out." Double quote. During my stint in hospitality: "Is that the ocean? I wanted ocean view. It looks like a lake." "Nope, that is the Pacific Ocean, but hey, take a big drink if you're not sure." Guest called down at midnight, annoyed as hell, demanded we turn off the foghorn. While she found it nice for ambience during dinner, now at 2 AM it's annoying. Sure we can. Just don't mind the giant tanker that may or may not crash into your room. Can you hold the sunset tonight? I need good pictures for my Facebook, I'm sure. I thought she was kidding. Nope, dead serious. Does an egg get boiled before or after it comes out of the chicken? Teenager 1. We have an exchange student in our class from Brazil. Teenager 2. Where's Brazil? Teenager 1. I don't know. I think it's a small country in Africa somewhere. She speaks Portuguese. Teenager 2. Why? Teenager 1. I don't know. I think they just like it. Him. I'm vegan but I still eat chicken and turkey. So can I get the Cuban? A sandwich with pulled pork and ham, made with turkey instead of the ham. Me. Sure. So do you want me to take the pulled pork off? Or make it with double turkey? Him. No, leave that on. Me. Visible confusion. Okay. He comes back later with his lady all mad saying he wants a new sandwich because he didn't know pulled pork was from pig and he doesn't eat pig because he's vegan. I also forgot to mention the sandwich comes with cheese. He didn't complain about that part. Phones don't run on electricity, they run on batteries, said in that condescending ugh. This is so obvious voice. Earth is flat because if it would be round, then it would bounce. Two grandmas talking in France. Well, there is definitely more wind ever since the fall of the Berlin Wall. They were dead serious. I heard that as a kid and I still laugh at it. I've probably heard worse at some point, but I remember sitting in a Starbucks on campus and this girl was telling this guy about her trip to Italy, and at one point the guy goes, so where do you want to go next? And she says, I've never been to Europe before, so hopefully that. LOL. Told an American couple I'm from South Africa. Oh, what part of England is that? While driving around Mexico City. Person 1. Wow, Mexico City is huge. Me. Yeah, I think it's one of the biggest cities in the world. American girl. Nah, Texas is. Late to the party, but this one stands out to me. At the DMV, girl sitting behind me talking to another lady. Yeah, her 12-month-old has to be at least, I'd say at least a year old now. My former GF, who is a fucking mathematician. Argentina is in Europe. When I asked her why did she think that, her justification was that Messi plays for Barcelona and Spain is in Europe. Another former GF was constantly afraid Italians and or Germans might invade Greece anytime like they did in the past, and took me years to persuade her to visit Italy with me, where she at last understood Italians are like us and friendly as hell. She hadn't left Greece ever before. The complete and utter lack of any geopolitical knowledge of people baffles me. I have more examples like these from more people, and I blame the education system for not making history and geography fun for the kids. A bit late to the party, but I heard a woman explain to another woman how planes don't actually fly from America to Europe. They just hang in the sky motionless while the earth moves below them, until Europe appears and then they land. Edit. Wow, this blew up. Also thanks for the silver and gold. Level 2. My gym has just refinished the men's locker room. It came out that there would only be personal showers, not community ones. I overheard two gentlemen in their 60s 70s. This is all because of the millennials. What are millennials? Younger people. You know, they've never been in the army or navy. And that feeds you, friend. Fuck my boss. She doesn't even let me smoke weed at work. Me. Fasapum. He was fired the next week for speaking up about smoking weed during work hours. Two little boys playing outside. One says to the other, "I'm gonna kill you." The mother yells back, "If I ever hear you say something like that again, I'm gonna break your neck." The irony was completely lost on her. Wonder where the kids got it from. I live in Niagara Falls, Canada. I worked in a clothing store inside a casino, so we had a lot of tourists come in and ask questions about the falls. On several occasions I was asked what time the falls are turned off for the night. I was also asked what time they roll up the sidewalks, like, roll them up and put them away for the night. Once, there are also lights projected on the falls that make them look colorful, and someone asked me if the color they put in the water is bad for the ecosystem. That lady who called into the radio show with her brilliant idea in relation to deer and highways. She suggested they move the deer crossing sign somewhere else so the deer don't cross over the highway anymore. What are your dumb stores? Tell in the comments, and always remember to subscribe.